Hello everyone, my name is Davis Miller and this is my persuasive speech. Technology is growing and progressing at an exponential rate. What we had a decade ago, 5 years ago, even last year is way different than what we have and use today. Technology is a very valuable resource that has helped our community in ways that we've never even imagined. People use it in all sorts of ways, whether it's for entertainment, for research, or work, you name it. It's in every aspect of our life. But today I want to talk to you about a very specific tool that you use every day and is probably in your pocket right now, and that is cell phones. So of the smartphone market, Apple and Samsung together have 70% of the market. And according to Comtech, of that 70%, 44 belongs to Apple and 26 belongs to Samsung. And that might not be that surprising to you because most people you see, or the most people I see, usually have iPhones or Macs. And every once in a while you'll meet someone with a Samsung. But what people don't realize is how good of a tool the Samsung products are. So today I would like to convince you, if you haven't already, to switch from an iPhone to a Samsung. First off, compared to iPhones, Samsungs are much more customizable. iPhones, all you can really do is change your wallpaper and move around the icons, which is cool to an extent. However, with Samsung phones, as you can see here, there are many different themes that you can pick through. They have different icons. You can change your wallpaper. There's moving wallpapers and screensavers. It's much more customizable, and you can personalize it and tailor it more to what you prefer. So if you're a very creative person that likes mixing it up every once in a while, then it's super easy for you to completely change the way your phone looks. Whereas if you just have an iPhone, you're only limited to changing what you see in your lock screen. This is a great aspect of it that many people really appreciate. Another reason you might want to switch to Samsung over an Apple product is because of the technology. Samsung's technology, what not a lot of people know about Samsung's technology is that it is actually years ahead of Apple. Retina display is a type of 4K display on phones that's really high quality, that is most likely on the phone that you have. In 2010, when Apple came out with Retina display, it was a huge release and everyone is very excited for it. People realized this was a huge step in the right direction. But what people didn't know is that Samsung actually had been using that for years. They just never advertised it the way Apple did. They're years ahead of them, and they even sell their Retina displays to Apple for them to use. So Apple is literally getting their technology, some parts of their technology, from Samsung. Samsung is years ahead in other ways too. Their cameras, their processing power, they're faster, they've been faster, and Samsung continues to put more research and development into those elements of the phone, which Apple does not. For those reasons, if you have a Samsung, you can do way more with it. Like I mentioned, the camera and processing, it's faster. But if you're really into like photography or gaming, you can do a lot more with a Samsung Galaxy than you can with an iPhone. Finally, there are many groups of people who find a lot of controversy in the way that Apple produces their phones. Apple produces their phones primarily in China, and the work conditions and work laws in China are not good compared to other countries around the world. The reason I bring this up is because, like I said, it's actually important to a lot of communities. A lot of people and organizations do not like to support bigger corporations that are producing in areas that are hurting other people and damaging their lifestyles and health. So Samsung actually produces their phones in 6 other countries that Apple does not. And these countries have way better work laws and are way more healthy and support their communities in better ways. And these are critical elements to consider when purchasing a phone. Are you the type of person that wants to support this lifestyle, or do you want to be more progressive and kind of, in a way, like, do your part and try to support those working in other countries? Those are just some of the reasons you should switch from a Samsung phone switch from an Apple phone to a Samsung phone. Like I mentioned, the technology is way better and continues to be ahead of that of Apple's, and it's way more customizable to, if you're a creative person, that you can personalize it the way you want it, rather than it being a basic phone that looks like 90% of other phones out there. And also, you want to support a company, like I just mentioned, that supports workers in other countries and wants the best for them. So I would highly suggest switching over from Apple to Samsung if you have not already. Thank you.